Hello all. Okay, so I'm doing a wee update on the Strathmartine Hospital grounds, where the old Strathmartine Hospital used to be, on the north edge of Dundee, city of Dundee. So there's been a lot of development work. It's like, you wouldn't even recognise it now. There's some of the listed buildings that have been renovated up, and they've done a good job from what I could see. I've done videos before when Strathmartine Hospital, when it lay derelict before any redevelopment work was carried out, and since then I've sort of put up the odd update video, status update video since development work started, which included the demolition of some of the old buildings at Strathmartine Hospital. But this is a status update. I know I've just done them sort of like here, there and everywhere on my channel. They are dated, so if you put in Strathmartine Hospital status updates and a certain, you'll get sort of, I'll come up with the dates that I've put up. So it's the 3rd of November 2024 and it's a status update for the old Strathmartine Hospital grounds and the redevelopment work that's been done so far, for anybody that's interested to see what it looks like. It's a lovely sunny Sunday afternoon and it is really coming on, so I'll get out and they've even redeveloped the roads as well. There's a road going up there, well, Bath and that. I'll show you more, I'll get out and show you better. So this is the main road that runs along the south edge of the hospital. Now this was never here before, it's been recently put up. I'm going to have a wander up. I think there's actually people living in these houses now. That's been built recently. It certainly wasn't there the last time I was here. It's quite nice. And all these houses as well, that's all been redeveloped. Oh, rebuilt. There's the listed buildings up there. They've all got windows and roofs. Well, the roofs were on them, but that building was in bad condition. But they're doing a serious restoration job on that one. But the other two buildings had all the windows were all put in, all smashed, you know. It lay derelict for about 20 years, I think. It was not far off 20 years. I think it was 2003, I think it closed. I started doing development work just a couple of years ago. A year and a half ago, the year in the early part of 2022 perhaps. I'd have to look back on my videos for the exact dates, but they've certainly came on. I mean, all these houses weren't there. It was all overgrowth. I mean, jeez. So that's looking towards Dundee. That's looking south. That's what the ground's like now. A few pictures of that. So I have done adventure videos here before while it lay derelict. So I've looked around the old grounds of the hospital when it was derelict, so you can sort of compare how much it's came on now. I mean, it's all been landscaped and everything. I'll go further around later and I'll get footage of that. So it's they've done a great job anyway. I mean, considering that lay derelict for so long and the condition was pretty bad, but they've renovated up, and that was I think the roof was completely gone, because when it lay derelict there was a lot of fire damage and vandalism done to it over the years, or decades in fact. They've had to obviously now put right. They've had to fix all that and being listed buildings as well, they want to keep them. So So that's looking at it from the south boundary of the whole hospital grounds. I'll go around to the east boundary and go up to the north bit as well and get footage from there, because I've covered this area during my updates of this during the status updates that I've done, videos I've covered. And I'm going to basically cover the same areas that I've covered before, and you can see what it was like before and its current status. So that's looking over towards Dundee again. So this is the road development work. They've expanded that bit of the road there. This pavement wasn't here before. This main road, it's still the same, but they've done a wee bit of landscaping and added this pavement. They'll probably have extra access roads to the buildings, I presume, later in due course. So I'm going to go up towards the left. They've even got like a lay-by here as well. And there's houses on the site that are really expensive, plush houses. I had a look inside. You know, we had a showroom house and it was really amazing. You know, it was big 5-bedroom houses and that further up on site there. That's where I'm going to be to turn left up. It's called Strath Park, and it's Miller Homes that are doing the work. So this is looking on that further up that road. I just turned up. This used to be the entrance to the hospital. So all these plush houses and that are already, and people living in them now, I think. This is a rear view of that old building that's been renovated up. I'll just have a wee look further down there as well, just down this road a bit, and I'll look further up just facing up the other side. I'll get a view from up there, a view looking up there from down at that point. But I'll tell you, this came right on. I mean, there's a lot of invested, I would say, considerable amount of work, and probably a heck of a lot of money going into them to do these buildings up, because they were in one heck of a state before, like, and there's a lot to be done. But before, it was really eerie, scary. You know, when it was derelict, it was quite a spooky building. But now I feel at ease with people living there. That's a nice view of the side here. I'll show you this. The swimming pool's gone anyway. It used to be there. So yeah, the old Strathmartine Hospital swimming pool was in this area. I heard it being mentioned that it was haunted. There was lots of other adventure videos being done, you know, adventure into it in the middle of the night sort of thing. It was really spooky, and had cameras set up and everything to record what noises and anything when they weren't there. And like it was, I can't remember, was it Urban Adventures or something? It was one of the other YouTube channels. I mean, me and my other two explorers done a similar video as well. It's on my channel. It's called Strathmartine Hospital Midnight Exploration or something. It's way back on my channel if you want to see it. But this is where I'm standing at. It's where roughly where the swimming pool was. But you could certainly see just how it doesn't look so spooky now. It looks more welcoming. Before it was just like, when it was derelict, there was had a haunted look about it. But I've heard stories about it. These people, I'm not going to say that. I mean, these are people who are going to, I better not put them off here, saying it's haunted and that. But no, you know what I mean. It was just like a typical scary looking building when it was derelict, but now it's looking welcoming. it's in a lot better condition than what it was when it lay derelict, that's for sure. So yeah, that's just a bit of like reminiscing. I mean, I had prior to like 2020, I never really knew anything about Strathmartine Hospital until the later, winter 2020. I think it was December 2020 or something. I actually came up to have a look at the building. Prior to that, I wasn't really, had no connections with it at all. I had nothing to do with it. To be honest, I wasn't even in my mind. I knew about it, but I didn't really know have anything to do with it. I was like aware of it, but from the winter of 2020, I came up, had a look, and it was derelict. And at that point, I was doing YouTube videos because I started doing YouTube in April 2020. So I thought, well, this is going to be quite an interesting building to have a look at for filming for YouTube. And it was really spooky, and it made an impression on me. And since then, I've sort of like been interested in research more about it, about the building, about the history and the stories that I've heard about it and that. You could do your own research on that if you want. I'm not saying anything about the things I've heard about them, but there's all sorts of stories about everything anyway. So it's just, I've done my own research, the history that went on, the stuff that happened. But that's history. When it was open, but I didn't have any connections with it, so as just say, I researched. I didn't search into it. In other words, research means searching over stuff that's already been searched by others. So I researched the work that was done prior, and I just read up and took an interest in some of the building history. Hence why I'm doing this video, a status update, because of since winter 2020, when I basically went on my way and came up here to have a look at the building. I've sort of like went back since when it was derelict and had a look around and explored around some of the blocks with the other two explorers that I went with, and that's really all the history I have. That's the connection it has with me. Prior to 2020, I had nothing to do with it, so I don't really have any historical videos before that, unfortunately. 2020 is the earliest ones I have. But I've been cataloguing the updates since then, and looking at it now, it's sort of like beyond recognition to what it was when I first saw it. I mean, I heard of it back in the 90s because I remember the 22 bus, like Dundee, it was Tayside buses at that time. The 22 bus service went up to Strathmartine Hospital. Went from 9 Wells to Strathmartine Hospital. Only a few of them done that during, I think, the morning and the evening, but other than that, that was really all I knew about it. But anyway, it's got a lot of history. It's an old building. You could research into it if you're interested. But this is just updates. So I'm going to, my status updates regarding it. So I'm going to head up there, further up there, and have a look around that side. So I think that's a computer generated image of what they're going to make it look like when it's finished. I presume anyway, that that's what they're doing. They're making that happen in the process now. I assume anyway, and the building that was severely damaged when it was fire damaged and that, it's going to have all the roof and everything reinstated, and that's what they're doing, I think. And the other two listed buildings there on the right, I presume will be those. That'll be looking at it from the front, looking from the south boundary, looking north up towards them. And at the moment I'm standing, my position's at the back towards the north, and at the north boundary of these buildings looking south, so I'm looking at the backs of them. That photo generated image, I presume, will be looking up from, I presume that's what it is, that will be looking up at the fronts of them. So they've got quite a bit of work to do in the other building there with the roof, because it was severely burnt off during the vandalism, and the condition was really, really bad. It was like dangerous. It looked like masonry was going to fall off and stuff. So they had to redo the whole thing and fix it all up properly. A heck of a lot of work, I'd assume. But they're certainly, it looks like it's they're doing a great job from what I could see. I'm no building engineer or structural engineer or anything, but certainly from what I could see, it looks as though it's coming on really well. It looks really sound. So It's a far cry from what it was when I saw it when it was derelict anyway, that's for sure. This is the showroom house and it's really quite swanky, nice inside. I can't remember what it cost, but it was, it won't be cheap. But it was really, really impressive inside. So all the houses people are living in them, I won't actually go in there and start filming because there's, you know, that's people are actually living in the other houses there. So I'll kind of like just show you from a general point. I won't go into the street and just film there because it's like, you know, right outside their house, outside their windows and that. I don't want to do that. But you get the gist of it. I think you get the idea what it looks like. I mean, you could kind of see from a far point, vantage point, you know, just a sort of overall feel for what it looks like, how far it stretches back, etc. This road, when the hospital was here, and this road during the time the hospital was derelict, it was just full of potholes. It was a bloody mess. I mean, the car was just getting shaken about like anything. Getting shaken about like crazy driving up this road. But now they've completely resurfaced it. It's nice and smooth now. It was just a bloody mess before. The old original boundary fence, I think, is still standing here. I don't know what they're... I mean, it's probably not too bad condition. They might just leave it. I don't know what they're doing. They're still doing development work, so they might remove it, re-landscape this area as well. So the old original fence will probably end up getting taken away at some point, I presume. I can't see it being there for too much longer. So that's us up at the top north boundary of the old Strathmartine Hospital Grounds, and it's completely changed. Completely. There was trees for it, well no, woods, trees up that bit. There was all derelict accommodation for the staff houses along this side. It's all gone. It's all going to be re-landscaped. So yeah, this was all, this bit on the right had trees like that all the way along there, thick overgrowth as well. All this side was, I think it's where the staff accommodation was for the hospital when it was open. All these buildings were derelict. They're all gone. I've got some footage of this whilst it was being demolished. I've also got footage of some of the old buildings further down being demolished earlier on my channel. So there's still a lot of work to be done, which means I will try and get status updates in future when more work's been done. I'll keep you posted with it. But this is looking down on the grounds, and you could actually see Dundee Law in the background, just as a nice kind of landmark, iconic landmark. So yeah, and sure, that will probably be quite nice to live here. The houses, I mean, I had a look in that showroom house last year, I think, and it was, as I say, it was like a mansion. Well, it was actually a mansion. I think it was 5 bedrooms. It had central staircase and everything. I can't remember if it, but I certainly, no, I don't think I publicised it. I can't really remember. But it's absolutely amazing. I think, was it $500,000 or $250,000 or something? Huge. It's like, you know, it'd be your dream house sort of thing. But I think it's a bit out of my price bracket. That's exactly what it would be for me, a dream house. No, but it was really impressive. So anyway, I think that's it. That's pretty much all I could do for status update for Strathmartine Hospital. It's a lovely day. I'm actually just enjoying being out in the sun, enjoying the fresh air, chilling out. It's nice and quiet. It's another bit of the country for, you know, there's not much through traffic, there's no noise and anything, so fairly quiet. But yeah, nice. I'll be, as I say, I'll keep it. I'll come up again in the future and just see how they're getting on with this bit and share that with you as well at some point. So anyway, that's it. That's the update done. I've got other things to get on with now. So right, hope you enjoyed the video. Just see what else I put on my channel. Hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye for now. Bye.